welcome to it. Today, I want to speak about detail. The devil's always in the numbers. So over the last 3 weeks, we've been hearing about the political killings task force team. Dhlomo Mkhwanazi is at the head of that, and he was testifying both the Madlanga Commission and the Parliamentary Ad Hoc Committee. Now, one thing we know from the evidence that he led is that over the last couple of years, I'm going to just venture out and say since inception, because I don't know exactly which date, the political killings task force team has spent 235 million rand conducting their duties. I can give you the breakdown if you want. For example, the meals have cost 4.6 million, daily allowance 3.1 million, overtime 16.4 million, accommodation 19.3 million, informers 3 million, rewards 2 million, and then laundry 500,400 rand. Right? It's a lot of money, but when you consider what it is that they are tasked to do and who they service, you've got to ask yourself, is it worth it? Now, News 24 came out and they said they looked at their conviction rate, and they said their conviction rate doesn't warrant that amount of spend, right? I suppose that's one way to look at it, although that has drawn a lot of criticism. People are saying, well, conviction rate is not necessarily up to the political killings task force team, because they can gather all the evidence and make the arrests, but then you need to rely on prosecutors, you need to rely on the judiciary, and all of those affect the conviction, right? I don't want to speak about that per se. I will tell you as a matter of interest, though, that, for example, the Scorpions, before they were disbanded, their conviction rate is over 90%. And then, if you look at SAPS in general, I'll tell you what their conviction rate is, right? It varies based on what the crime is. But for example, for illegal possession of firearms, 89%, right? Sexual offenses, 9.8%, slightly less there. In fact, significantly less. Motor vehicle hijackings, only 2%. Murder, less than 20%. So you're talking about 19, maybe 18. That's where it is, right? And then you've got to look at how many members are in the political task force, political killings task force. There's about 135 of them. So this is roughly, 46 million spent every year on the political killings task force team. When you consider that the people that are usually the victims of political killings are politicians, not us, the general public, you can ask the question, is it fair that we spend that much money on them and not necessarily us? Granted, their investigations have yielded great results, as you can see now.